Ba-ba-bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. It says we're live. Are we actually live, or is it just lying to my face? 22 seconds. Excellent stream quality according to YouTube. I just never trust it, you know. I just never trust it. Where are we? Where are we? See, there's nothing on bitrate. Oh, is there something on bitrate? Yeah, there is something on bitrate. You gonna show me some action? There we go. Right. Is there something on bitrate? Yep, that's alive, and that's also alive. And I'm looking sexy as hell, I must say. Oh, and the little ding works. Oh my god. Logic has successfully joined the channel. Hell yeah. So if I write like test, what's the delay? Oh, it's not bad at all. Oh wow, I like that. Is it going to work across chats? That's the question. Oh my god, yeah, it's quick on Twitch as well. How does Kick work? I don't think I've ever seen Kick actually like stream properly. Yeah, it just always says offline. That does work though. Why is Trovo not? I'm not streaming with Trovo apparently. Trovo settings. No idea why Trovo is not working. Can't wait to see your stream. Blah blah blah. Let's regenerate it and copy it. And let's just replace it. Trovo is all kinds of dead, but it's fine. Yeah, why Kick? Why offline? No idea why. 68 followers on Kick, and every single one is a bot. Let me slap on some stream beats. Stream music. Good vibes. Good vibes, the old stream beat. Well, I guess I don't need to leave these open now because they are working. At least I hope they're working. Hey, ChatGPT or Claude or whatever. Why is my Kick stream not working? I'm using my Atom multi-stream, but only YouTube, just Twitch are going through. Kick requires manual, blah blah blah. It does say offline. Oh no, it says streaming. Oh my god, are we live on Twitch, boys? Maybe? It does say streaming. Maybe it's just got some fat delay. Nope, it's offline again. Needs between 4,000 and 6,000 for Kick. Encoder settings. Let me look at the settings. Settings stream. Maximum video 6,000. That should be fine. Bitrate should be fine. Constant bitrate. Do I want to do variable bitrate? I'll just constant bitrate. 6,000. Slow, good quality. Encoder. I'm not to check an encoder. This is riveting content right now. Whatever, we're gonna ignore Kick because I mean I feel like it's all bots anyway. Oh no! Oh, see, look, it says we're live, but all for like all of 2 seconds. Yeah, look, when I refresh the page on Kick, it's like, hey, look, you're watching on Kick. And it just dies immediately. Bit sad, bit sad. Like it flashes for a second, loads up. Look at my beautiful face. It's like glitching out a lot. Stream. 6,000, how delayed is this? Oh no. Okay. It just keeps like jerking my face around. Oh, hang on, that's like 2 minutes behind. Play, Kick. Why are you 2 minutes behind? Play live. Whatever, I'm done with you. I'm done with you, Kick, and I'm done with you, Trovo. I know why you're not working. But anyway, so we are doing some more work on Abro today, or Mystro as I'm now calling it. The plan for the day is to maybe I'll just send a link here. Maybe I should send a stream link in chat. Oh, Jesus. How is the music on volume? I don't know. Okay, anyway, what was I talking about? Plan for the day. I had a plan in mind, and now I'm just... Oh yeah, I want to create a trigger for, like, minion deaths, if that makes sense. So, first things first, I need some sort of boss. So, how can I do this? I'm trying to think in my head how I can do this. Because I have chests, right? So I have, like, loot chests. So maybe first things first, I do like a chest that's triggerable by what's it called? By let me delete this actually, or not delete this, but let me open up my start scene. So I want this to be, why is it backwards as well? That's weird. So I want this to be lootable by a trigger, because currently it does it based off this kind of chest stuff. Chest spawn, sphere collider. I have such random scripts, man. This is madness. Madness. What have we got? Spawn loot. So it's all based on interacts. So maybe I make a subset of this. Interact RPC is called like this. So basically when you interact with it, it's called here. But I can make a subset of this. Or I could make... I've done this badly, really. I should have, in fact, not made this an interactable. I feel like I should just be really lazy and be really bad about this and just like add a trigger onto it. How would that work? Because I am spawning these chests somewhere here, right? For each chest, that's despawn. Here we go, instantiate, then spawns on the network, and then I could call, I could attach a trigger the same way it usually attaches. So chest stop trigger, and then you put like a previous trigger in. That's the thing. I just want trigger system work. Chainable puzzle piece. Abstract void chain. things like trigger rune. And they chain trigger piece equals previous piece. How does it use the trigger piece though? So on trigger enter. Okay, so that's how that works. There's a trigger piece there. So that one works. There's some other ones. Spear wall. Okay, I know spear wall can be activated by a lever, for example. So let's see how this works. So chain. If it's the previous piece is triggerable puzzle piece, triggerable puzzle piece on trigger plus equals trigger action. Okay, that's not too tough. I've done this so badly. This should just be a type of thing. Why is that? You know, that is not unique to the chain at all. There's definitely some other things. Is that spear wall? No, I guess not. Also, maybe the puzzle piece should have been a contract. You know, I don't know why I made it a parent class chainable puzzle piece. Oh, see, I just want so much tech debt, man. So much goddamn tech debt. Like 2 seconds into this project, it just needs better planning. Yeah, it's all about planning. I could definitely plan this better. Is the more of the story, but it's fine. It's fine. We are instead going to basically copy this over. What does this inherit from? Network behavior. Okay, I think. Already puzzle pieces. It seems weird to call it that. But actually, no, it should be. Actually, I don't know. I put a serialized list of interfaces. Can I? Does that work? Serialize a list of interfaces. So I can reference them. I feel like I can, right? Not directly. Okay, apparently not. Can I interfaces all abstract types? Are you sure? It's an abstract class. Serialized reference. Okay, so you can do it. I guess so, yeah, you could just do a list of mono behaviors. Because it all comes from mono behavior anyway. That's not a terrible idea. And then you can just say is. Oh, I just hate that. I hate that, like, no, I wish it would be like, I guess you'd write a custom editor. You're trying to add a non-something to this interface. But we're not going to think about all that, we're just going to think about the quickest way to do this. So maybe I add chain to here. How are these chain objects? No thing on the usages. Continue chain, spawn prefab. Puzzle chain spawner. This is used in next in chain, continue chain. Puzzle steeps, puzzle spike. What has a puzzle piece? Let me deactivate these quickly. Puzzles. I shouldn't be calling it spawns, we should call it like interactables. Puzzle chain spawner. Okay, so that has a puzzle chain spawner. Puzzle chain spawner takes in chainable puzzle piece. here. There's no inheritors. I feel like I should follow the rule of every class being either abstract or sealed. That is actually a good methodology to follow, I think. Again, it adds another layer of how long shit is, but it's fine. It's not too big a deal. Strange. This is a very low quality there. It's like logging in. This is being very strange. Remote broadcaster. Weird. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Let's just make a new chain thing. So I feel like I want these to so strangely. I have two spawner systems, but they're both totally different, which makes no real sense. Why would that be a thing? Also, sort of know why I need this spawner system. It's very convoluted. The fact that I can't just drag and drop these network objects in the into the game is very confusing. You'd think you'd be able to, but apparently not, because there are scenes that you're spawning in, so you need to you can't just drag anything. There can be no network behaviors when you spawn them in. You've got to spawn them each in manually. Be a way. It must be like a tag where we like replicate across system, unless you're doing other stuff. If you're the server, replicate otherwise destroy. I'm pretty sure I have something like that in the thing. Playing salami. They're pretty good. Okay. Right, straight into it. No thinking, no messing around. Let's get a little test scenario going. So we're going to put in the puzzles. We're going to add a new chainable puzzle piece. Do I have a default for that? Puzzle chain spawner. What's my thing called? Spike wall? No. Trigger room. Spear trap. inverted. That's the regular spin trap. But that's fine. That's fine. Make sure I'm doing this alright. Actually, let's do a lever. And say mix and change that. Let's get a spear trap. First and chain is the thing. And then we say apply, hide, save and play. Just make sure we remember how we're actually doing this. That's it. Yep. Yep, that does that. So now what we need, other than to make this game object a bit higher because why it's so low, and also maybe aim like that. Instead of just that, we want to have this. So what happens if I build this map? Is that going to show? No? That's weird. My gizmos off? The gizmos are off. Turn off my gizmos. So, I don't want this to be that. I want it instead to be my puzzle piece. So, I need to go back into my chest, divine or whatever. And I need to make these chainable puzzle pieces. So, these come from chest spawn, which comes from I interact on network behavior. This could actually be a chainable puzzle piece. And then that would simply be the same one that spike ball is, spear wall. Plus equals, and that could just be this is terrible. Why doesn't that work? Works. So spear wall, blah blah blah, trigger action. Ball is triggered. Okay. I don't really need that. Alright, so if I'm not crazy, this should now do this, right? So if it can be opened, it will do it. Otherwise, yeah. Also, this should be here as well, I guess. So what happens if it's spammed multiple times at the same time? I don't know if that does that work. Actually, maybe I'll just do that here. Maybe I'll do it there and there. So that should work, right? So it should only open for everyone once. This seems unnecessary, but I feel like maybe this is a fix for if two people spam it at once, exact same tick. Or does this only happen on the server anyway? Interact sent to everyone. Open effect, spawn count. Does everyone get the same spawn? Am I going crazy? I feel like I'm going nuts. Maybe I'll test this now. Like, no, I'm sure it's the same. Otherwise, no, there's no way. That'd be weird. That would be weird. Well, that chest sort spawn seems to have done the same thing, so hopefully that works. Hopefully, you know, famous last words. Back to twerk. I need to tell my little focus friend up, otherwise I'm gonna be. Can you see the bean? Like a little bean. Where is it? Where's my bean? What the hell? What the hell's this? Oh my god, it just grew out of a stalk. Madness. Oh my god. That's so cool. So you can like change his rooms. Alright, well I'm gonna focus anyway. Count up 2 hours, sure, why not? Actually let's do like a 30-minute countdown. Because then I can check on my stock after 30 minutes. Okay, so let's say chest divine or I don't know, chest something. Can we now drag this in? We can. Okay, let's override, apply all. That's it. If this works first time, I'm impressed by my cowboy coding. It's so bad. Why? Oh, actually, I realised I should turn off the thing. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm so hopeful. I think I messed this up. If I open return, okay, maybe I'll just take this out. Let's try this again quickly. I think it's maybe opening it and then making it not open at the same time, maybe? So, potentially problematic. I could even just move this to here. You know, I think that would probably work. Because I'll definitely only call it once. So this is what it's called. It'll be called on everyone once. And then if you interact again and again, it won't really matter. It will keep calling the interact thing though, which I don't like. I guess I could just do this. So that'll probably work. So I can check it on both sides. It's only like a broad check, it's not going to be too big a deal. It's better than sending an interact ping RPC. Okay, can you all do this? Less network bandwidth the better, even though I also don't think that'll be too big a deal. But anyway, yeah, that works now. Okay, that does work, oh my god. Sadly, there's no reason why, let's see if I can exit really. There's no reason why this shouldn't work. Yeah, which we don't like. Yeah, we don't like that. So how can we get rid of that part? We basically don't want it to be interactable. I mean, the real solution is to have 2 different chess archetypes. But the lazy solution is to add a building and say if, yeah, just put it here. So if it's interactable, do that. Otherwise, we'll say interactable equals false. So, yeah, now this should work for everyone. So now no one should be able to interact with it directly, and you should only be able to do it via the the interactable switch. Lazy boy. So we can open this. Can't open this. Can go here. Okay, nice. Alright, so that part is done. We've actually made chests that are triggerable in the puzzle system, so now you can use them in the puzzle system. So that's pretty lovely. I get so much more work done when I'm recording. So what else? We've done that, we've made it triggerable. Now we need to make it, we need to make a mini boss that can trigger it. That is a problem in 2 ways because it's a mini boss. Oh, how am I going to do that? That's crazy talk. I mean, I could maybe hack into it. Just like, be like, bleesh, try and push into the, like an on death of an enemy combatant. All I need to hit is chain. If triggerable puzzle piece on trigger. Chainable puzzle piece, triggerable on a puzzle piece. This is madness. It's madness. We already have like eye triggerables and eye interactables. I don't know why I built like an entire separate system here. This is crazy sauce. There does need to be a way. Oh, it's nice I can do it with the different chests as well. No, that won't work. Yeah, spawning and despawning stuff across the server is very long. While I think I will turn on multiplayer edit mode. Why can't I just plug this entire project into Claude and play? Hey, maybe my game. I like programming, but I like making games more. What can I do? That is the question. That is the question. The question what can I do? The answer is... So I've got the trigger. The solution is that I need to spawn the thing. I need to basically just call this. I need to put a puzzleable chain of blah blah blah. Puzzle chain spawner, chainable puzzle piece. actually next piece. And then it passes in the last piece. So that gets this, I guess. So this is null. If it's not null, if we have a last piece, then this is called from somewhere else. This calls continue chain. Spawner. Where's the spawner? Okay, that's each spawner. It's going to require a lot of rewriting in order to get this to work. That would be pretty crazy. I do really want the enemies to trigger something. I was just thinking of an idea of how to do something. So maybe we put the... So I don't really have a system of getting to the end goal. Before it used to just be like you walk up to it, press E, you know? But now I'm not so sure. Now I think maybe we do a mini boss or a chain. There should be a chain, really. Oh yeah, we need to do this. I can't think of a way to not do this. Join this guy. So there's him. Oh no, you can. Why can you do that? Doesn't make any sense. That's weird. How come he can interact with that? He creates the relay, then he... No, okay, so only the person who creates the relay can't do it. That's annoying. I guess I just make this a networked variable. All value true. That should be fine. Let's just make that quick network variables, and all we're doing is hacking all this crap together anyway. Let's see how it goes. this is never updated at real time. You have to move first. I mean, it's no big deal, but I'm not going to bother with it. That's weird. Alright, so now that doesn't work because this network variable. Nice. 2 pieces. Miserable. Also, that should always appear in front of shit, whatever. Alright, I think the only solution is indeed to make, well, first source control everything. Made chests, puzzle pieces. Is that gonna work? And now we need to. Why isn't this working? Usually it'll say fail or not fail. My server might be down. Can't have that. That's fine. As long as it's on the main. Doesn't really matter too big. It's not really big enough. Let me quickly open up the mantle. It doesn't seem to be connecting, so it's looking like I have to turn it on and off again. Classic. System restart required. Additional security updates, blah blah. How do I do that? How do I update my... And then sudo reboot, apparently. Oh, apparently you can do it all at one go. How do we make, like, that's what annoys me when you do like programming languages, like, oh, let's make this thing slightly different. Why? Why? Why is this weird? Sure. Okay, so that's working. This is now a chainable puzzle piece, which we should get rid of, and we should instead say, hey, network chainable, add interface, I network chain. Let's just delete this, shall we? Now let's delete this. We'll break every one of these things. Oh, it's just not delete that, it's just I was done with it. Can I undelete that? Yep. Instead of that. Oh. Stage all, do I reset everything? Alright, let's go back to this. Just then copy and paste again. Beauty, I think. So sudo reboot. Okay, let's open up one of these again. Hopefully it's all back to normal now. Good chance it's not, and no, these things work. They always mess up. So changeable puzzle piece. What I want to do is create a new interface. Chainable, that takes in this takes in my network chainable, that does that, and does that. Right, so that works. And then puzzle chain spawner should take in iNetwork chainable. And this should be serialized something, right? These are always public, huh? computer glitch then. Hang on, PRP. What's the scripts file? Scripts. No, we're not. Right, now we're back. Maybe. Hopefully. I'll just start another little bean time for half an hour. Oh, steady. Right, half an hour to fix all these issues and get in a working state. Let's get network components there. This isn't going to work. It's looking more and more like I'm going to have to just go in and it's always Russian scammers now, you know? What happened to the Indians? Lacking. Okay, where are we? So trigger chest I've done. Minion triggers. How can I do minion triggers? I've got a system to spawn puzzle pieces across the network, since I can't just it works in a chain with each piece next don't make don't expose the whole squad. Separate trigger from chain system. Puzzle chain manager. Make the chain logic globally callable. Oh, that could work. Puzzle chain manager. It's not as bad. Actually, this isn't an issue, is it? I could just add a... Let me reset all these changes again. If I instead say puzzles and I say interactive lever, interactive lever, puzzle chain spawn, spear wall, movable pillar, add, I don't know, chainable combatant. needs to be on a combatant. And then I could just chain into the death thing, right? What is the chain on like the interactable lever? Chain is just empty, okay. Does this work? What's this called? This calls trigger action or some shit, right? If previous piece is triggerable puzzle piece, do that. Okay, so this needs to be a triggerable puzzle piece. This doesn't actually need to do anything with the trigger either. So this should work on its own. The only thing it should need is like an on-network spawn. And then it should assign combatant base. I'll just click here actually. Callbacks, is that like events? On spawn combatant death. On combatant death invoke, okay. Public action, so get component combatant base on combatant death plus equals trigger. Alright, that looks like the neatest way. Oh man. Whatever. That looks like the neatest way, which I think actually should work. So if I make a new like enemy type, I can just put him in, right? That's crazy. Require components just means the class has an instance variable combatant base. So yeah, basically you have to put it onto something with a combatant base. So for example, if I have my oh god, I've forgotten all the enemies. Vampire Priest. See, this has a combatant base on it, which is this caster NPC, I think inherits from that. So I can duplicate this. And I can make it a combatant. What do I just call that thing? Chainable combatant. So I can add that no problem, but if I have something empty here and I try and add it there, you'll say you can't add it there because it needs blah blah blah, you get some issues. It would usually try to auto-add the script, but it can't auto-add the script because it's an abstract script, which means that you can only add something that inherits from it. No worries, I'm here all week with my terrible programming. don't expect great answers. It's very, very basic. But going back to this, I think we can get this to work. Let me just rename it. Just debug enemy vampire priest boss. So hopefully, I have a spawner here now. I've got way too many things called spawners. I'm just constantly forgetting what they're called. Card? Placeable enemy card. See? Why would it be called that? It's crazy. Spawn points, placeable enemy card. I'll just leave it outside actually. Put it in puzzles. Just so it's not confusing. So this should now spawn an enemy. I need a card for it, of course. Debug. Vampire priest. Boss. This boss. And now I can pass in the correct caster to this. Right. Okay, so that should spawn that. And now I can put this in here. This should now spawn this special kind of vampire priest, which can be used. Oh, it's not gonna work, is it? A donkey? No, that can be used, but how would I do that? Because it's not spawned like that, it's spawned by something else. This is the issue with having so many random convoluted systems that need to speak to each other. Yeah, that won't work. Yeah, it kind of has to be done on a map level, I think. Maybe in my map spawner, I create another thing, map manager. How you doing anyway, man? Whereabouts are you from? And what are you doing on this fine day other than watching me fail at programming? So currently my load map function does load all the... I don't think I have anything to spawn actual enemies in my load map function. So maybe I'd have to do it to here. Oh, why is this working? Second baby get. Oh, I tried getting on Godot. I tried to do a game jam in it, and I got like. I feel like I learned the basics during the game jam, but just as it ended was when I was finally getting into it. I do want to make a game in Godot. I was trying GD script, which is quite cool, because I was doing it for WebGL or HTML5, I forget, whichever. When you have to build to web, you can't use the C# version of Godot, right? So I was using the GD script version, which is quite interesting. Just like a few, I want to say Brackeys tutorials. I do love Brackeys. But yeah, it seemed quite straightforward, and it was very, I liked how quick it was to run. Like there was no compiling with GD script, you just write it down and then just immediately ready to play, which was nice. What's the game about? Do for each. Chest spawn. We have different types of spawns, right? So chest spawn, divine chest spawn. That's loot. Flappy Bird clone. That is always a classic. This game is a. If you ever played Dungeon Land, it's trying to be similar to that. which is like one player plays as the dungeon master, and the other players play as the like delvers trying to get through the dungeon, which was quite fun. I always loved that game, and because I'm just an absolute control freak, and I just play the dungeon master trying to stop all the little people getting away. So this is what the keeper looks like. He'll get a top view, like a top-down view, and he'll have to stop the enemies. So it's gonna be 1v4, so just this guy versus 4 of the other guys. If I can join. See everything down there, doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, like loot as you go along, etc. And then if you're on this guy, you can summon enemies or spells, stuff like that. It's meant to be a very quick project, but it's taken bloody ages. I feel like this fire beam does way too much damage. But yeah, that's the game I'm going for, and you just try to get through to the end and hopefully get more loot. I haven't really thought of any sort of progression system or actual reward for finishing a level. Maybe you get like coins to spend on cosmetics or something. Because it's supposed to be just like a roguelike, with each round being brand new. Each level spawns in as it goes. You've got different segments. And currently I'm trying to make it so you can use triggers to spawn to open chests. Like for example, you saw that guy pulled a lever and opened that chest. I want to make it so if you kill like a mini boss in each stage, it opens a chest, or the door at the end. Because currently I don't really have a way to, although I've got all the segments spawning, I don't have a way to continue it, you know. But it's been fun, it's been interesting. I really want to get out a demo soon so I can actually start testing it with multiple players instead of just me across the relay, and then get it on Steam, and then who knows, grab some investors. But hey, check out this cool game I made. Help me make it not suck. But how can I make this work? I'm just absolutely cowboying it together right now. It's horrible. It's so bad. I could do it on network spawn, just like find any of them in the scene. Like set the current mini boss to this. Kick component on combatant death plus equals on combatant death, which does this trigger. So this will actually work on its own. The only issue is trying to subscribe this to it. Because as far as I'm aware, I can't just put down the network objects, which is annoying. I hate how networking works in Unity. It's really good and it's very useful and very helpful, but the second you try to like spawn stuff, it all breaks apart. Like you can't just spawn a scene and say, hey look, here's some other network objects in this network object that you spawned. You have to spawn like each one individually, which is very annoying. It does not work terrifically well. I know, we've only got 8 minutes left in the stream. And now we have 3 viewers. I hope I can remain entertaining for another 7 minutes and 45 seconds. After which I'm going to go make hot pot. Oh, it's going to be great. Hello new viewer, what are you up to? Where are you from? Here's big pressure, honestly. I can do it, I believe in myself. That's not true, but I've already done one part of my daily task, so I consider that a win. What part of the Flappy Bird game are you working on? It was kind of hard wrapping my head around all the little Godot script things. You have to use these little, what are they called? Everything's broken down into, not prefab, something else. Turn up the mic. Is it quiet? The thing is, I usually have it here because it's like clearer. It's meant to be like a Rode mic, like you know those bi-directional ones that go straight in. But then it kind of gets in the way. I'm just like, where am I looking? So I could just turn up manually. Also, I don't want to deafen people accidentally. How's that? How's the music volume, by the way? I'm listening to stream beats. It's quite good. Hopefully copyright free. It's always annoying when you like look at your video after. It's like, actually, you've had to mute this one part because you were playing copyrighted music. I'm like, great. So annoying. Okay, what was I doing? Let's say we want to connect the chainable puzzle piece via this. Start if first and chain, continue chain. Puzzle chain spawns on mono behavior. Interesting. I don't want to mess that too much because I know that works already, so I'm a bit scared of making that not work. Where's my combatant one gone? Combatant, changeable combatants here. I'm already on it. So I feel like I don't need to mess with this. What I need to mess with is here. Maybe I'll make another script saying, hey, I don't know, just continue chain and pass in the thing. I just need to call chain, really. That's all I need to call. And that is only called by continue chain. So I make a third also called like boss chain piece or something. And that just waits until there's a boss there. That seems so messy. Actually, that's not that terrible. Actually, that could work. So where's my chest? Chest spawn inherits from chained all puzzle piece. So if we make something from that. Chainable puzzle piece, I say, instead of chainable puzzle piece, it doesn't get chained, it's like a boss puzzle piece, then on network, I'll make that a chainable puzzle piece. I don't need to do that actually, right? On network spawn chain. We need to get that. What do you call a game? We have one play against other players. Asymmetrical multiplayer, I believe. That's what I'm calling it. I think asymmetrical multiplayer applies to any multiplayer game where both teams aren't equal. It's like Left 4 Dead, where one team plays as humans and one team plays as zombies. I think that's also considered asymmetrical multiplayer. But I think this is the same, because one plays the big hand in the sky and the other four are little puny mortals. I think that's what you call it. I could be chatting absolute nonsense. I know, 2 minutes 30. Can I get this done 2 minutes 30? I like the pressure. I feel like I work faster. That's the only other problem. I've got too many thoughts now. Now they're all drowning each other out on how I might fix this. I guess I just say find object of type, chainable combatant. Object by type. No, does that not work? Find any object by type chainable component. Does that work? We're crazy if this works first time. And then I make another chest. Oh, seems so not okay. This actually should be its own thing. And that should be get component chainable puzzle piece dot chain. So that's how that should work. And this should also use a require component type of chainable puzzle piece. And then I can create another chest, say a divine chest. Chest divine. Or do I want to just do that in the actual chainable puzzle piece? No, not really. Oh my god, focus friend is finished. Alright, well, I'll give it 5 more minutes just so I can test to see if this works. Ugh, stupid restore app. You ever get this random little message pop-up things that never goes? I wrote an entire little like mini script thing that destroys any window. Hover your mouse over, then press enter. There we go. They close any window because you can't even use Task Manager or whatever that little thing is. I should put that script on GitHub. That's actually very useful. Where were we? Okay, let's make a copy of this. Chest divine. We'll say chest divine. Chest divine boss. Read the script. Where have I kept that script? Oh snap. You're now following. That's so loud. I always forget how loud that thing is. I set that up ages ago. Thanks for the follow, bro. It's this PS1 file. You can screenshot that if you want. I have no idea how. I do not even remember what language this is in. I made this one afternoon with heavy help from ChatGPT. But yeah, it just runs a PowerShell script and just it finds a thing, destroys it, and then gets rid of it. It's very useful. You always got to be careful though, because if you're hovering over the wrong screen, it will just like totally destroy that screen. So yeah, do be cautious. I should upload it. Okay. Chainable puzzle piece dot chain. Let's just try that. So in my Unity, I'm going to add that here. Add boss. Do not call it boss. What do I call it? Boss puzzle piece. Boss. Oh, why is that not working? Oh, hang on. It's because it's abstract. Okay. Oh, forever. It does take a while to compile. I don't know if it's like much longer than it was originally, but. Move this down as well. Boss puzzle piece. Okay, so that should just now change this to spawn on its own. And here, can I select this? I can. Chest Divine boss. Will that work though? No, because it won't exist. Foolish old. Okay, that won't work. I can already tell that won't work. Instead of that, let's do heroic actually. Chest. That's lever. But I don't want this to spawn it, so I don't actually want that. Instead I want the boss to spawn it. I want the vampire priest boss to spawn it. And I want this to find any puzzle piece. If I delete this, changeable puzzle piece. All this has a chain. I want this to have a public all triggered by boss equals false. And then I want my chain level combat to on network spawn. Find objects by type, chainable puzzle piece. Let's go in these little weird type overload brackets. I always forget what these are called, the little triangles. It's not an override. Overrides are the different ones, but this thing when you put it inside these little triangle curly braces, the greater than less than signs. Chainable puzzle. Find out chain. No. Actually, let me do a little for each loop. For each. Exclude inactive. Sort mode none, whatever. For each piece, puzzle piece, if puzzle piece dot triggered by boss, puzzle piece dot chain this. Okay, this may just work, or I'm crazy. Who knows? Oh, the red would suggest otherwise. Oh no, it's just waiting. Oh man, I'm way too late. I was supposed to be done 5-10 minutes ago. When did that alarm go off? Who knows? Who knows? I feel like I should play a little video in the corner since I don't need all this real estate, this screen real estate. Okay, placeable, blah blah blah. So when that spawns, it should look for all these and thing and say, hey, here's a I've done this right? Oh, hang on, I've done this wrong. wonder if that would work. It just spawns the thing in. Would that work? No, surely not. Because it exists, does that stupid thing. Let's move that triggered by boss thing away from the chainable puzzle piece over to the puzzle chain spawner. First in chain or triggered by boss. And then if it is first in chain, then we say puzzle chain spawner. Continue chain, not chain. We have to make this public. So that won't be triggered. This will be triggered. I'll spawn it. And hopefully that will all work out. Time will tell. I mean, surely this was a waste of time. I feel like I've done it stupidly. I feel like I could have just added something onto this to chain it. And then whatever spawns that. Where is this doing it? Placeable enemy. So this spawns the enemy at some point. Instantiate. That's the display object. Where's the spawning? Spawn NPC, yeah. Does this return an NPC? I feel like it could. No, it doesn't. But I could do that. I could change it to return something from the spawn, and then that might work. I need to get back to making tutorials as well. I haven't done a tutorial in ages. But anyway, let's try this out. Wish me luck, bro. Apply all. Turn off. Play. Oh, let's pause. So hopefully, when it spawns, it'll spawn the enemy, and then I can fight the enemy, and it will hopefully trigger that chest once the enemy is dead. Oh, immediately it died. Keep a card out of range. Oh, of course, I need to actually add that card into the keeper card manager, because it's all just references. Multiplayer manager, server manager, keeper card manager, enemy cards, vampire priest, debug, enemy vampire priest. Okay. Jesus, all sorts of stuffs. Okay, this should now be able to spawn the vampire priest boss card. There must be a way to just, every time you run, do that. Okay, so that spawns that. Let's get a weapon. So, spawn loot test. How did I used to do it? Was it loot? Spawn loot test, weapon 2. Oh, die. Okay, well it didn't work. The hint was that it didn't even find the thing. Map restart, puzzles, chest, puzzle chain spawner. Oh, I haven't. Donkey. You fool! I haven't turned on the thing yet. So, map, puzzles, chest, triggered by boss. So let's apply all that. And let's play that again. And then if this works, it works. If not, then that's tomorrow Armin's problem. Because I do need to be getting to this hot pot. I'm hungry as hell. 20 minutes late already. Weapon, spawns a weapon. Patch! Has spawned it. Will it open? Oh, so sad. I was so sure it was going to work. I was so sure that was going to work. Why didn't you work? Why did you not work? On-combatant death trigger, so it should work. Okay, component combatant base, on combatant base plus equals that. Log combatant triggered. Is that being called? Right, one more test. If that's not being called, then I don't know what the issue is, and we'll have to work on this next time. This is such cowboy code. Like, this is crazy how cowboy this is. I've spaghetti. I've spaghetti before, but this, oof. This is what improper planning gets you. Test weapon to. I'm here, you vampire. Also, she moves way too fast now. Yeah, it's not triggering. Oh, it is triggering. Combatant triggered. So why is that not being called? Because that should be calling that and that. Continue chain this. Continue chain, blah blah blah. Spawner, continue chain. If last piece does not equal null. Chain. Chest spawn. Oh, maybe it's sending this. This needs to be a triggerable puzzle piece. Oh, it is a triggerable puzzle piece. Oh, I do love the what's it called? This music. There's no way this isn't copyright claimed. Why is it you're letting me down, Stream Beats? This is the song from what's it called? Amazing Digital Circus. I need to watch the movie. I love the series. Dun, 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 dun. Nah, this is my dust. Alright. Oh no, we have a third viewer. I never knew you, but I love you forever. I'm currently closing the stream. I'm going to slay my hot pot. Much love to my one dude who chilled with me. And thanks for the follow. Hopefully get back into streaming my programming nowadays. I'm a lot more efficient when I stream, I found. Hopefully it's a nice hot pot. And I don't ruin it, God knows. But thanks for watching and have a great day.